There were delays in getting Millie out. He gave Millie a very thorough examination and he came out and said, unfortunately she's showing signs of cerebral palsy, which was obviously horrible.
When someone has a brain injury, they start off on a journey that they never asked to go on.
The interesting thing was he said to us that this could prove negligence, and we said, well, I don't understand what you mean.
They need someone who can come alongside them, hold their hand, support them and explain the very basics. When people start this journey, it may be very dark and they don't know what the future holds. They'll be looking for answers, explanations, what happened, why did it happen to me? If someone receives treatment and they think that it should be investigated, then they should approach a specialist solicitor. People frequently are intimidated by going to a solicitor, but a specialist solicitor would understand a brain injury, the ramifications of it and the complications. And also, it's not always initially evident what all the outcome is of a brain injury. Someone with that specialist knowledge would be able to help and look at the circumstances surrounding the treatment that they received. Sometimes the answers are very straightforward, but sometimes they're not. Sometimes there has to be an investigation to find out what did happen and why someone has a brain injury. And it's the whole family together with the person who's injured goes on this journey of discovering what the future holds for them and what they need together to help that individual.
The big advantage of coming to Denise is the fact that she treats us like human beings. She understands exactly what we're going through. She's very comforting.
I'm passionate about getting justice for the people that I help, getting to the bottom of what went on and why it went wrong is really, really important. It's important for the individual to know and for the family to know. It's important that they get answers. If they're successful in bringing a claim, there would be financial recompense that would allow them to go back to being husbands, mothers, fathers, without them having to be carers.
It was really difficult looking after James. He can't sit on his own, he can't walk or crawl, he can't feed himself, he can't toilet himself, he can't get dressed, he can't speak very well. We had an awful lot of medical appointments. I got very little sleep. It's also had a significant impact on my mental health. I have really gone from the depths of despair, a very sort of black sort of time. But as the legal case has progressed, I can now see light at the end of the tunnel.
So as soon as we'd won the case, with the interim payment that Denise established, we could then start getting some of the equipment that we needed.
It's given us the freedom to choose some really fantastic private therapists, and
It has.
we can maximise what Millie achieves now.
Ultimately, they would get finances to help them with accommodation, equipment, and most importantly, care and therapies to help them fulfil their full potential within their brain injury, which is very important that people aren't written off, that they do get help and they can live a fulfilled life as possible within those circumstances.
With the money, Denise said, right, go away on a holiday with your carers and I'll pay for some equipment. I'll pay for the equipment to go out. So we went to Disney World in Florida, which was the most amazing holiday, which we'd never have done if we hadn't had the case. She's communicating more and more with people. She's now starting to do emailing her friends. she's starting to do things that other 12-year-olds do. Millie got onto this thing and it was just amazing straight away. And the first thing she said on it was, "I love Mummy, I love Daddy." Which obviously is pretty emotional.
And I have to say, on hearing that brought a tear to my eye. And those are the sorts of rewards that make this job very worthwhile. When I start on the journey, I see the individual with the brain injury. And as we move along that journey, and if their claim is successful, then I see what can be achieved through interim payments and compensation. The money allows them to fulfil their potential within their brain injury, and that to me is an incredible reward.
You need to have a team which are caring
Yeah.
and taking
And
you
you
through and
Absolutely trust.
telling you the truth and letting you know what you're in for and preparing you for what's going to be happening in the future. And certainly from our point of view, you know, Denise has been absolutely amazing.
I have to earn that client's trust because I'm going to be privy to lots of personal information and have to help them along the way. As a consequence of the journey that we take together, that creates a strong bond, and that strong bond frequently goes on for many years after the litigation finishes.
The amount of support that Denise has been able to give us on a personal and a practical level, that has made such a huge difference to our lives.